Hello, I'm Ian Smith, Technical Director at Motorsport UK. On behalf of the Motorsport UK Sustainability, Technical and Sporting Discipline Committees, I'm pleased to share for consultation a regulation proposal that will begin to scale the adoption of sustainable fuel in UK motorsport. This builds on the worthy efforts of early adopters across many disciplines over the last few years to build awareness of sustainable fuel technology and demonstrate its applicability to motorsport. Over the last few weeks, we've seen every car at the Goodwood Revival racing on a sustainable fuel, and the CIK World Karting Championships at PFI racing using fossil-free fuels. The Motorsport UK Sustainability Strategy targets halving the carbon footprint of the sport in the UK by 2030. Fuel use in competition is a very small part of this footprint, of course, but it's important to strive towards carbon neutral competition, as this serves as a platform to demonstrate the relevance of the technology and build awareness. We understand that the majority of the fuel used in competition in the UK is unleaded and super unleaded fuel brought from the high street. Our proposal for 2026 makes no changes to the permitted use of this fuel in order to maintain the lowest cost option for competitors, making the sport as accessible as possible. Our proposal for 2026 focuses on FIA Appendix J and CIK Fuels, Part B of the current pump fuel definition in the Motorsport UK Yearbook. From 2026, these fuels will need to comply with the FIA Appendix J Advanced Sustainable Fuel definition, which allows biofuels with a minimum 50% sustainable content. Appendix J also permits other sustainable fuel technologies, including biodiesel and e-fuels. Motorsport UK will continue to work with the fuels industry to lobby government for legislation that encourages investment in this technology that will benefit all competitors in the future by expanding the availability and affordability of sustainable fuels on a wider basis.
So I'm David Lapworth. I am a Motorsport UK board member. I'm chairman of Technical Committee and Sustainability Committee. And in my other life, I work for ProDrive as a kind of technical director, I guess I would say these days. The whole subject of sustainable fuels has been something we've been talking about in Sustainability Committee for quite some time now. This goes back several years. And over the last 12 months or so, we've spent a lot of time going to and from the people with experience to the chairs of the various discipline committees within Motorsport UK to try and make sure that we understand the implications and so on. I think it's become clear as we've done our homework that this is the right way to go. We can see that we have some work to do with the outside world to make them see that motorsport is doing its best to take on board people's concerns with the climate and so on. And I think when you do your research, you can see there are some practical things that we can do, and sustainable fuels is probably the first and most obvious one. From my practical experience, it's not been a painful journey. Most of our rally cars and race cars, wearing my ProDrive hat, are now on a sustainable fuel one way or another, either by choice or most FIA championships now have already made the move. And whilst we had some minor teething problems in the early days with seals and so on, from both sides, we've seen that it's got easier and easier. The fuel companies have learned to tweak their blends to make them compatible with the sort of existing fuel systems, and we've learned a few tricks of how to manage them. But I have to say that we've got to a point today where it's a relatively straightforward job and we barely notice any technical impact. The performance is exactly the same, and we don't have to take any particular measures now other than those that we would with any other racing fuel.
We encourage you to consider this consultation and welcome your feedback. Additional information and content will be added throughout the consultation period, so please continue to check the Motorsport UK website for information and insight. We will also provide links to suppliers, and we encourage you to reach out and discuss your technical requirements with them.